is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond on your favorite bourbon and scotch review channel. It's a G&T today. Really, there's only two, Bombay or Hendrix. And why would you waste Hendrix if you're going to mix it anyway? That's my take. So we were watching kind of what it's going to do. You know what? I'm impressed with the way that it held up. It was late in the week whenever we made the last video. They're probably not going to let us run on Friday. They already know what they want to do with those options. So overall, I think we held up very well. We were watching a shorter term, kind of head and shoulders playing out, but honestly, looking back on it, we still kind of are holding our neckline and we're holding up on this trend line, so perhaps a little bit longer dated head and shoulders, which is okay as long as we're holding here. We knew that there could be a pullback back to about the $1.44 range. I don't know exactly what the low was that we hit today. What is that low? $1.46. So hey, pretty close, right? Within a couple of cents. So far so good. I like that we're green as far as the 1 hour candles are going, making a little bit of a trek back to the upside. Hopefully, it's kind of in a boring range right now. Everything's just kind of, algorithmic trading until that volume really comes in. At least Bed Bath & Beyond is on the threshold list as far as I know. So at some point, hopefully some of that action comes into the play, along with perhaps some perfect timing as far as any retail interest or anybody that might just want to pump it up for a little bit of money. As far as big money goes, they'll do what they want to do. They're gonna make their money where they can. So what I'm watching, I guess, is in the short term. Let's see if we can ride this trend line. Let's see how it goes. Really, first area is going to be that 200 MA. I would say on, is it the daily or the hourly? I think it's sitting right around at $1.66. That showed up as perfect rejection for us whenever we were making this move here. Just almost perfectly tapped and rejected and came back down. So I'm going to take another try. Also, we have this gap in our volume profile around $1.64. Gets a little bit easier up to $1.76. So maybe we just need to let a little bit of time go by, let that MA come down a little bit, fall into our volume gap, and somewhere where we have some strength trading as it gets down here in $1.62, 63 land. Then we have some strength that could push us over that 200 MA and be able to make our move to the upside. But so far, I'm happy with what I saw. It did not crack below the low that at least I was watching for. Let's look at the RSIs. The RSIs, right now, they're a little bit cooler than I would like to see, but on the shorter time frame, we are bouncing above the 50, which is okay. It's not pushing, but it's not necessarily giving out either. On the 30-minute, we're seeing them kind of warm up, but they're just a little bit rejected right at the 50. Same thing with the 1 hour, still just slightly rejecting at the 50. The 4 hour is gradually making its move up. So, hopefully the algorithmic trading or whatever is just going to force it to continue that gradual incline until we get back to some sort of bullish nature and the daily is curling back up. So I see a lot of positives coming in. I see a lot of signs or indications that say that we do probably, hopefully, have some sort of upcoming movement, to the upside, some sort of a little bit of bullish momentum that could be coming into the stock. We never know for sure. We just look for some of the signs, some of the indications that say that it could move. I'm still looking at my same target on this one as of right now. First target is going to be 266. So let's see if and when, see how next week goes. The markets are moving a little bit interesting right now, right? Crypto kind of dropped down. Indexes are just absolutely raging. I don't know what to make really of the overall markets, what's going on, but hey, maybe somebody needs a little bit of cash for something, perhaps pulling it out of the crypto market, pumping up the indexes, making their books look good, and we can tinfoil hat about that kind of stuff. I'm okay with it, but something very interesting's going on. And why was it pumping? I mean, I was looking at some of the blue chips. Yes, I know that they had a little bit of a rise, but not what say the SPY was doing by any means. I couldn't see the correlation, but we did get up into the areas where we got some pretty nice liquidity, and it's touching probably a lot of shorts right now if they're smaller, and they gotta make a decision whether they're going to continue to ride that out or if they're recovering. So that was probably adding to some of the buying pressure as well. But I mean, it was rocking. It's been rocking the past couple of days. So let's see how SPY moves next week, and hopefully it comes down and creates a little bit more pressure here on bbby, because I was just kind of watching, and there was really no correlation at all as the markets were absolutely ripping. So let's see if it coming down will create some upward pressure here on Bed Bath & Beyond as we go into next week. Looking at the Ortex data, 66.42% live short interest percent of the free float, and that clocks in around 75.73 million live short interest. Cost to borrow average came down just a little bit from what we saw a couple days ago whenever we were talking about it, but it's still relatively high, right? We're still sitting at 270.83% for the cost to borrow average. So that is still there, and it is indicating that we are still on the threshold list. So I like to see that. Let's see. Failed delivers. Maybe I'll look into some of those, see what we got going on as well. The threshold list looks good, but we've been here before, guys, on the threshold list, and we've saw how they get off of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't always mean anything, so don't put a whole lot of hype into it. I mean, we'll use it while we got it, but if we don't see any kind of positive action, well, we've been there before, and it was kind of a letdown. Doesn't mean it has to be a letdown. We'll see how this one goes, but the failed to delivers were definitely mounting up considerably higher than they were back here the last time. So I like to see that as well. Trending nice so far, and let's just keep an eye on the trend, watch it to the downside, because like I keep saying, protect your accounts in this one. There's always a chance to get back in. There's always a chance for better entry if we do not have the correct timing as far as when Bed Bath & Beyond wants to make its move. But I do think we're sitting pretty, and I do think that there is the possibility that hopefully, maybe, just maybe, this might be the time that Bed Bath & Beyond wants to be able to do something. I would keep a very strong eye on the RSI, what it's doing, and when it wants to make its move. We could see a little bit of time. I mean, honestly, if it wants to continue this kind of fluctuating pattern that it's been going on with its bottoms down here, that could be leading us into mid-March. So again, don't bet the farm on weeklies by any means. Don't go full tilt for full port on what you're hoping to happen. We're just playing this one with a little bit of time. We're seeing hopefully a little bit of a reversal, and hopefully being able to talk about it just a little bit before it actually makes its move to that upside. So just trying to do a little bit of forward thinking, a little bit of forward TA, and a little bit of forward looking thesis as to what could go on and when it could go on. I can't set a time frame. I mean, if I could tell you the exact day, I would, but theoretically our TA's pointing that, it doesn't have to make that big move until at least mid-March if it wants to. It could go before, it could go after, but just looking at the trends, that's what we're looking at. So be patient, let's watch it, protect yourself to the downside, and if we get the upside, awesome, that's great. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Be safe. I will catch you in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.